The 3 most powerful characters from each arc of One Piece ranked from strongest to weakest. Subscribe right now to help me reach 1,000 subscribers and fulfill my dream. Romance Dawn, number 1, Luffy. With his Gum Gum Fruit powers, Luffy is the strongest in this arc. His rubbery body allows him to defeat Alvida effortlessly and free Kobe from her tyranny. Number 2, Alvida. She is physically strong and wields a large iron mace. While commanding a pirate crew, she is easily outclassed by Luffy. Number 3, Kobe. Though weak, Kobe takes the 3rd spot because most other characters are just ordinary people with no real power. Romance Dawn, Flashback, number 1, Gol D. Roger. Even during his execution, Roger's legendary reputation and power remain unmatched, as he willingly surrenders rather than being captured. Number 2, Shanks. Demonstrates an early use of Conqueror's Haki to save Luffy from a Sea King, solidifying his strength as a Yonko to be. Number 3, Lucky Roo. Known for his speed and decisiveness, he is shown taking down the mountain bandit Higuma without effort. Orangetown, number 1, Luffy. He defeats Buggy by exploiting his weak spot, proving his strength and ingenuity in combat. Number 2, Buggy. His Chop Chop fruit makes him immune to slashing attacks, giving him an edge against swordsmen like Zoro. Number 3, Zoro. Although still growing in power, Zoro's swordsmanship puts him above Buggy's underlings. Syrup Village, number 1, Luffy beats Captain Kuro, whose speed and cunning made him a dangerous opponent. Number 2, Kuro. His cat claws technique and strategy make him a formidable foe, but he ultimately falls to Luffy. Number 3, Zoro. Although Django's hypnosis could have made him a threat, Zoro's sheer strength and skill make him the better choice for this spot. Baratie, number 1. Mihawk. As one of the 7 warlords of the sea, Mihawk demonstrates overwhelming strength by effortlessly defeating Zoro and showcasing his unmatched swordsmanship. Number 2, Luffy. His determination and raw power help him defeat Don Krieg, despite the latter's extensive arsenal of weapons and armor. Number 3, Don Krieg. Known as the strongest man in the East Blue, Krieg's reputation stems from his strategic mind and advanced weaponry, but he is ultimately no match for Luffy. Arlong Park, number 1. Luffy defeats Arlong in an emotionally charged battle, showcasing his superior strength and resolve to free Nami and the villagers. Number 2, Arlong. As a fishman, Arlong's physical strength and durability surpass most humans, making him a formidable opponent. Number 3, Sanji. Proves his combat skills by overpowering Arlong's crew and emerging as one of the strongest in this arc. Loguetown, number 1, Monkey D. Dragon. His brief appearance highlights his mysterious and immense power as he saves Luffy from Smoker and commands the wind itself. Number 2, Smoker. A Logia-type devil fruit user, Smoker's Smoke fruit makes him untouchable by Luffy, who lacks Haki at this point. Number 3, Luffy. Though he is strong, Luffy is at a clear disadvantage against Smoker and only survives thanks to Dragon's intervention. Reverse Mountain, number 1, Laboon. The enormous whale demonstrates incredible strength and durability, making him a surprising contender for the strongest in this arc. Number 2, Crocus. As a former Roger pirate, Crocus is no ordinary old man. His hidden power and knowledge elevate him above the Straw Hats in this arc. Number 3, Luffy. While strong, Luffy's power here pales compared to Crocus and Laboon's potential. Whiskey Peak, number 1, Luffy defeats Zoro and numerous Baroque Works agents, proving his superior strength and leadership. Number 2, Zoro single-handedly cuts down dozens of Baroque Works agents, even while intoxicated, showcasing his unparalleled swordsmanship. Number 3, Mr. 5. His Bomb fruit allows him to create explosions from any part of his body, making him a dangerous opponent, though he is no match for Luffy or Zoro. Little Garden, number 1, Mr. 3. His Wax fruit allows him to trap the giant warriors and several Straw Hats, proving his cunning and strength as the top villain in this arc. Number 2, Dory. One of the 2 giant warriors locked in a century-long duel, his raw physical power is immense. Number 3, Brogy, the 2nd giant warrior, equally as strong and durable as Dory, but their battle ends without a clear winner. Drum Island. Number 1, Luffy demonstrates his resilience and strength by enduring a cannon blast to protect Chopper and defeating Wapol decisively. Number 2, Wapol. His Munch Munch fruit gives him unique abilities to consume and transform materials, making him a tricky, albeit inferior opponent. Number 3, Dr. Kureha. Though her combat abilities are not directly shown, her past and mysterious aura suggests she was once extraordinarily powerful. Alabasta. Number 1, Crocodile. A Logia Devil Fruit user, Crocodile dominates Luffy multiple times with his Sand fruit before being defeated by Luffy's strategy. Number 2, Ace. With his Fire fruit, Ace matches Smoker evenly and displays the destructive power of his flames. Number 3, Smoker. Although Luffy is no match for him, Smoker's abilities are slightly below Ace's, making him the 3rd strongest in this arc. Jaya. Number 1, Blackbeard. His immense physical strength and the power of his dark fruit place him far above the others in this arc. Number 2, Luffy. His sheer determination and combat prowess allow him to defeat Bellamy with a single punch, showing his superiority. Number 3, Zoro. Despite the chaos, Zoro proves his strength by enduring Bellamy Pirates' attacks and staying resilient. Skypiea. Number 1, Enel. His Rumble fruit grants him near godlike powers, making him nearly unbeatable until Luffy's unique resistance to electricity prevails. Number 2, Luffy. Though he defeats Enel, Luffy only wins because of his Devil Fruit's immunity to electricity, not pure strength. Number 3, Sanji. Displays incredible durability and bravery, even withstanding an attack from Enel and protecting his crew. Long ring, long land. Number 1, Luffy. Dominates the Davy Back fight, outsmarting and overpowering Foxy to win the match and defend his crew. Number 2, Foxy. His slow fruit allows him to manipulate the speed of his opponents, making him a dangerous adversary, though he is ultimately defeated by Luffy. Number 3, Zoro. While not in peak form during this arc, Zoro's swordsmanship and resilience still place him above most others. Water 7. Number 1, Rob Lucci. As the strongest CP9 agent, Lucci's mastery of Rokushiki techniques and his ferocity make him the top character in this arc. Number 2, Kaku. With his powerful Ox fruit, Model, Giraffe, and Rokushiki skills, Kaku ranks 2nd in strength during this arc. Number 3, Jabra. Though not as strong as Lucci or Kaku, Jabra's mastery of Tekai and his combat skills put him in the 3rd spot. Enies Lobby. Number 1, Luffy defeats Rob Lucci in a grueling battle, proving his strength and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Number 2, Rob Lucci, the strongest member of CP9. His mastery of Rokushiki and his Zoan-type Devil Fruit make him a powerful antagonist. Number 3, Chopper. Using his monster point, Chopper becomes a nearly unstoppable force, easily overpowering Kumadori and others. Thriller Bark. Number 1, Bartholomew Kuma. Though not involved in the main conflict, Kuma's power is so immense that he easily outclasses the others in this arc. Number 2, Luffy, Nightmare. With the power of the combined shadows, Luffy in his nightmare form becomes a force to be reckoned with, able to defeat Gecko Moria. Number 3, Gecko Moria. As the main antagonist, Moria uses his Shadow fruit to manipulate shadows and control the battlefield, but he is ultimately defeated by Luffy. Sabaody Archipelago. Number 1, Kizaru. As a Marine Admiral with the Light fruit, Kizaru is nearly invincible and extremely fast, making him the top character in this arc. Number 2, Silver's Rayleigh. The former first mate of the Roger Pirates, Rayleigh still possesses incredible strength and skill, holding his own against Kizaru. Number 3, Bartholomew Kuma. With his ability to repel attacks and teleport people across vast distances, Kuma is a powerful force during this arc. Amazon Lily. Number 1, Boa Hancock. A master of all 3 types of Haki, and with the power of the Love fruit, Hancock is easily the strongest character in this arc. Number 2, Luffy. Although Luffy is immune to Hancock's powers due to his nature, he is still no match for her overall strength and abilities. Number 3, Sandersonia. As one of Hancock's sisters, Sandersonia has impressive combat skills and durability, placing her 3rd. Impel Down. Number 1, Magellan. the Warden of Impel Down, Magellan's venom fruit makes him a nearly unstoppable force capable of taking down most of the prisoners. Number 2, Blackbeard. With his dark fruit and raw physical strength, Blackbeard is a formidable presence in Impel Down. Number 3, Luffy. Despite being poisoned by Magellan's venom, Luffy's determination and willpower allow him to fight through the pain and continue his journey. Marineford. Number 1, Whitebeard. The strongest man in the world, Whitebeard wields the power of the Tremor fruit, causing massive destruction even in his weakened state. Number 2, Akainu. His magma fruit combined with his ruthless personality makes Akainu one of the most dangerous characters during this arc. Number 3, Shanks / Mihawk Tai. Both are considered equals in terms of skill and strength. Shanks' mere presence stops the war, while Mihawk's unmatched swordsmanship makes him a fearsome opponent. Fishman Island. Number 1, Luffy. With his mastery of Haki and the ability to use Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd, Luffy is able to defeat Hody Jones and his army. Number 2, Hody Jones. Enhanced by energy steroids, Hody becomes incredibly powerful but still falls short against Luffy. Number 3, Shirahoshi. As one of the ancient weapons, Shirahoshi holds immense potential power, though she isn't actively fighting in this arc. Punk Hazard. Number 1, Luffy. His strength and Haki mastery help him dominate most enemies in Punk Hazard. Number 2, Law. The power of the Op fruit and Law's tactical genius make him one of the top characters in this arc. Number 3, Virgo. With his mastery of Haki and his durability, Virgo is a serious threat, though he is ultimately defeated by Law. Dressrosa. Number 1, Fujitora. As a Marine Admiral, Fujitora uses the power of his gravity fruit to summon meteorites and dominate the battlefield. Number 2, Luffy. Despite his victory over Doflamingo, Luffy is still a step below Fujitora in terms of raw power. Number 3, Doflamingo. With his string fruit, Doflamingo controls and manipulates people and objects, making him an incredibly dangerous antagonist. Zoo. Number 1, Zunesha. The ancient elephant, Zunesha, is far stronger than any individual character in this arc. Its massive size and power place it at the top. Number 2, Luffy. Luffy's strength and Haki put him in the second spot, though he is still far below Zunesha in power. Number 3, Jack. As a member of the Beast Pirates All-Stars, Jack is an incredibly durable and powerful fighter, showing off his strength during the siege of Zoo. Whole Cake Island. Number 1, Big Mom. As one of the 4 emperors, Big Mom possesses enormous physical strength and the power of the Soul fruit, making her the top character in this arc. Number 2, Luffy. Luffy's strength continues to grow, but he is not yet on par with Big Mom's overwhelming power, placing him second. Number 3, Katakuri. With his Mochi fruit and advanced Haki abilities, Katakuri is one of the toughest fighters Luffy has faced. Levelly. Number 1, Imu. As the secret ruler of the world, Imu's immense power and control over the world's affairs make her the most powerful character in this arc. Number 2, Monkey D. Dragon. Dragon's revolutionary force is a major threat, and he is implied to be stronger than Garp at this stage. Number 3, Garp. Although older and past his prime, Garp's legendary status and strength still place him in the top tier of characters. Wano, Flashback. Number 1, Gold D. Roger. The Pirate King's strength remains unrivaled, making him the most powerful figure during the flashback. Number 2, Whitebeard. As the strongest pirate in the world at the time, Whitebeard's Tremor fruit allows him to create massive destruction. Number 3, Silver's Rayleigh, Odin, Debate. Both were immensely powerful, with Rayleigh being Roger's first mate and Odin having the strength to challenge both Roger and Whitebeard. Wano, Principal. Number 1, Shanks. Though Shanks doesn't go all out in battle, his reputation and strength are enough to place him at the top of this arc. Number 2, Kaido. The strongest creature in the world is nearly unbeatable, but his downfall comes after intense battles with Luffy and others. Number 3, Luffy. Despite his victory over Kaido, Luffy still ranks 3rd, as he required the help of his allies and his own strength to defeat Kaido. Egghead. Number 1, Imu. As the secret ruler of the world, Imu continues to be the most powerful figure, manipulating world events from the shadows. Number 2, Monkey D. Dragon. Dragon's strength is considered greater than the 5 elders individually, making him second in this arc. Number 3, Saturn. As one of the 5 elders, Saturn holds immense power and is a major threat to the Straw Hats on Egghead Island.